Part 88. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 871. As for the 5 million strands of faith, that's what he got after saving for a full month. This is because the 1,500 desolate clan believers joined in. After all the barren believers started out as 10th level mad believers. Even so, it has been saved for a full month. Now you can seal a God position, and it's all gone? Can this be willing? Fang Fan's mouth twitched. Isn't this just kidding him? Ding. This is the consumption that is necessary to enshrine the divine position. This is only the consumption required to enshrine the 9th level divine position. If the enthronement of a higher divine position requires more consumption. Fang Fan pouted. One lesson is enough. The next time he remembers that he will be trapped. Since it's all over, let's go out. Fang Fan stretched his waist. He has already cleared the customs, and it is useless to stay here. Gee. I didn't expect it. I really didn't expect it. There is someone who can make the conferred God list recognize the master. Boy. You are the one who I have been waiting for so many years. As long as I hold the conferred God list, all the gods will submit to my feet. I control my own life. I will use your body to return to the Supreme Avenue. Suddenly, a frantic voice came, which made him very excited. Before Fang Fan could react, he saw a blue spirit body rushing towards Fang Fan frantically. Law of the Spirit. Yun Xiaoxiao let out a secret drink and directly used her strongest means. I saw a shield of spiritual energy suddenly appear in front of Fang Fan. Boom. What? Damn it. What the hell? He can actually control the spiritual energy for his own use. Interesting. So interesting. It seems that this is another special spirit body. Today is too lucky. Waves of surprises. Well, I'd better choose to seize this kid. After all, I can make the conferred God list recognize the master. The blue spirit body muttered a few words to itself, and then rushed towards Fang Fan again. Puff. Yun Xiaoxiao suddenly turned pale and spat out a mouthful of blood. Brother Fan, that thing is so strong. Brother Fan, are you all right? I cast a spell to force him out. Yun Xiaoxiao looked at Fang Fan anxiously. Fang Fan's face is different. Xiaoxiao, take care of your injuries, I'm fine. Fang Fan delivered a king-level healing card to Yun Xiaoxiao, and immediately began to spy on his body. That blue spirit body rampaged directly into the sea of consciousness. Ding. Unknown toxin invasion detected. Ding. The system starts antivirus mode. Ding. Antivirus mode is on. In Fang Fan's sea of consciousness, the blue spirit body was wandering around excitedly. Tisk tisk tisk, as expected of the Son of Heaven who can make the conferred God list recognize the Lord, the sea of knowledge is so vast. Although it seems that the cultivation base is a little low now, but the future is boundless. I earned it? Blood earned. As the blue spirit body spoke, there was an excited smile on the corner of his mouth. It's just that before he could make any move, a red light suddenly descended. The red light gradually condenses into the appearance of a blood dragon. What? So hot. Go away. Go away. The blue spirit body was frightened and ran away. It's just how his two legs can outrun other people's 8. Soon, the blood dragon formed by the red light caught up with the blue spirit body, and when it was photographed with one claw, the surrounding space trembled. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 872. What? It hurts. Bastard. Let me go. You, what do you want to do? The blue spirit body has completely lost its unrestrained appearance before, and only a slow sense of fear is left at this moment. While running, he was still screaming in horror, "What happened now? It's terrifying." The blood dragon's pursuit continued. The blood dragon stretched out its dragon claws and directly grabbed the blue spirit body, and then slowly sent it to his mouth. There was a look of horror in the eyes of the blue spirit body. "Kid. Let me go. I'm the powerhouse of the ancient emperor. I can help you achieve the position of no god. I know a lot of secret treasures. I also know a lot of precious secrets. Let me go, these are yours." The blue spirit began a trembling journey. The ancient emperor and the strong? There is no god's honor. Haha, this kind of old immortal, I don't know how many tricks to hide. If you really follow his way, you will really die. This time, it was this guy who committed suicide by himself. He actually wanted to break into my sea of consciousness, and was cleaned up by the system as a toxin. If he attacked outside, he might not be able to beat him. Fang Fan pondered to himself that Xiao Xiao had been seriously injured when she tried her best to stop him with her quasi-exalted cultivation base. You can imagine the danger here. Ding. The toxin has been controlled. Activate the selection mode. Exterminate/waste utilization. Exterminate and kill. Choose to kill the spirit body directly, no consumption, no benefit. Waste utilization. Clear all the memories of the spiritual body and restore the essence of the spiritual body. This is a spiritual body that is billions of years old. It can be used as an artifact to enhance the attributes of the artifact. It takes 100 strands of the source of the gods. The system sound came from his ear. Fang Fan opened his mouth, and a surprised look appeared on his face. Waste utilization? A billion-year-old spirit body? Can be an artifact? Strengthen artifact attributes? Just need 100 strands of God's source power. Fang Fan found that as long as he had a little bit of God's source dog system in his hands, he would always covet. I want to deduct a wave at every turn. Like the previous imperial enthronement, the power of faith has been deducted by 500 threads. And now, another wave of deductions. Fang Fan's mouth twitched, shameless. However, Fang Fan couldn't give up the benefit of being able to strengthen the attributes of artifacts. Compared with the divine tool, a bit of the source power of the god seems to be nothing. Choose waste use. Fang Fan snorted lightly, and his eyes flashed with brilliance. Ding. After deducting 100 traces of the source of God's power, all the memories of the spiritual body have been erased. Open the master recognition mode. Ding. Recognize the Lord successfully. Owner. A little man like a doll flew out of Fang Fan's sea of consciousness. His whole body was azure blue, and his eyes were full of innocence. As soon as he came out, he directly called Master Fang Fan. Brother Fan, let me destroy it. Yun Xiao Xiao, who was on the side, didn't know the inside story, and was still there to shout and kill. Fang Fan quickly stopped it. This is the treasure that I spent 100 traces of the source of the gods in exchange for. Interesting. The artifacts under my command, there are the conferred god list and the Shushan Pavilion. Fengshenbang is probably not used very often, so there is no need for too high configuration for the time being. As for Shushan Pavilion, Fang Fan thought to himself. Shushan Pavilion is a small world. If there is an additional artifact, wouldn't it help Fang Fan manage the inner world of Shushan Pavilion? At that time, the evolution of the Shushan Pavilion world should be accelerated. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 873. By the way, can you control this Tower of Miracles? Fang Fan put his thoughts aside for a while, and then stared at the spirit body in front of him. It should have been the spirit body who had spoken to him before, but at that time the spirit body was still being controlled by an old monster who didn't know how many years it had existed. "Master, I need to feel it." The spirit body villain frowned, then closed his eyes, and his body trembled slightly. After about 3 or 4 minutes, the little spiritual person gradually opened his eyes. "Master, I can control this Tower of Miracles. But the Tower of Miracles is running out of energy now, and there are only some means of self-defense left. Like this." The body of the little spirit body trembled slightly, and then a blood-colored human hand suddenly appeared in front of Fang Fan's eyes. Fang Fan frowned, and secretly said that it was true. It seems that his guess is correct. This blood-colored human hand is the ghost claw of the ghosts that was passed down before. The corners of Fang Fan's mouth raised slightly, and there was a gleam in his eyes. "Outside the Tower of Miracles. Why haven't you come out yet? Didn't you pass all the customs? Didn't you pass the 13th floor of the Tower of Miracles? What are you still there? Don't you dare to come out? Afraid of being caught by us? Fang Mo knows that we are in an ambush." Gulin, the young pavilion master of Chasing Soul Pavilion, frowned and looked unhappy. The situation now seems a bit messy. They have been waiting here for almost an hour since the last wave of miracle announcements ended. Even if it is to climb, it should be climbed out, right? There is no news so far. What does this mean? I really don't understand. Don't worry. We're just waiting here. I don't believe he can stay inside all the time. If it really doesn't work, we'll rush in later and grab him off. The Holy Son of the Holy Heavenly Alliance, Shang Guantian, snorted coldly. Although he was also very anxious, he was also very helpless if Fang Fan couldn't come down. "Don't worry, Fang Mo can't escape. Isn't that little lover of Fang Mo still there?" The corner of Qian Hao's mouth rose, the head of Xingluo Academy, and then walked directly to Yun Yun. "If Fang Mo doesn't show up again, I'll shoot you guys today." There were strands of crazy killing intent in Qian Hao's eyes. Because of Fang Fan, he is desperate at this moment. Only by grasping Fang Fan can he intercept that ray of life. Now the timing is extremely critical. If he can't seize the opportunity, he will sink completely. Anyway, Qian Hao has made up his mind. No matter what, there is no way to go back to Xingluo Academy. This time, he not only caused Xingluo Academy to lose many elites, but also made Xingluo Academy lose face. Before, because of enjoying the process of being a strong mouth, I made promises again and again, and trampled on them again and again. Even at the expense of cutting hair, killing relatives to save lives, etc. And, in order to pretend to be coercive, he often swears poisonous oaths in the name of the past masters of Xingluo Academy. But in the end the promise was never fulfilled. For the group of stubborn old guys in Starfall Academy, what he did is enough for him to die 100 times. This is the end of the matter. There is no use in saying more. What? You don't dare to fight against Fang Fan, and you just want to threaten us. The point is, do you have the guts? When Fang Fan comes out, do you dare to speak like this? God bald chief prophet. Yun Yun had a sarcastic look on her face. This kind of person is a pure hypocrite. Bully the soft and fear the hard. Divine system of the strongest card supplier in the end times, Doomsday strongest card supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 874. To deal with such a person, there is really no need to have a good face. If you give a good face, you may even push your nose on your face, which is completely unnecessary. Haha. Fang Fan? Does he dare to come out? Does he have the courage? Now I'm afraid I'm already cowering in the Tower of Miracles and dare not take half a step. You can let him come out? I dare to kill him if he dares to come out. Qian Hao's expression is rebellious. In his opinion, Fang Fan's real hammer is because of fear, so he has not dared to make any changes until now. Are you calling me? A sound suddenly came from Jian Hao's ear. Jian Hao's body trembled, and then he turned his head in disbelief, with an expression of extreme horror. Fang Mo. Jian Hao shivered a little when he spoke, because when he saw Fang Fan, he was a little bit in disbelief. And the fear that comes from within. After all, he had been abused several times in Fang Fan's hands, and he was struggling more or less in his heart. Why should I be afraid? This is around the Tower of Miracles. Here, it's my world. Haha. It's really ridiculous. It's ridiculous. A smile appeared on the corner of Jian Hao's mouth, and his eyes were even more excited. Haha. You are finally willing to come out. Fang Mo. You are dead. In an instant, Jian Hao changed his tone. If you commit suicide now, I can consider not killing your woman. Such a beautiful embryo, he, what a pity to kill. Jian Hao strode forward, with his hands behind his back, not afraid at all. Anyway, there are ghost claws around the Tower of Miracles, and Fang Fan didn't dare to do it. Jian Hao feels very safe. Very safe. Snapped. A loud slap sounded, which seemed extremely crisp. Jian Hao was stunned. What is this particular situation? He was pumped? This damn bastard slapped him just now? He is the chief true biography of Starfall Academy. In the Sun Galaxy, that is also a person with a head and a face. Being beaten in the face, this sense of resentment in my heart suddenly increased to the essence. Fang Mo, kill you. I'm going to kill you. Although Jian Hao said this, his hands looked very urban, and they were placed in the air, and suddenly he didn't dare to touch. Nether Ghost Claw, no. Why didn't you hit me, Nether Ghost Claw, just now? Jian Hao snorted secretly, his eyes twinkling. After such a reminder, the entire surrounding of the Tower of Miracles was turbulent. The restrictions on the Tower of Miracles have been lifted. No more ghost claws. There are also some cultivators with brighter minds, and they said something excitedly. The eyes of the four major forces lit up each other, the ghost claws of the ghostly ghosts are gone, and their chance is here. Cool. Where are the practitioners of the Holy Heaven Alliance? Shengtian League, the Son of Heaven, Shang Guantian roared excitedly. Follow the Holy Sun's order. Encircle Fang Mo. This time, we want to kill the demon. As Shang Guantian said, his body was swaying with excitement. This kind of surging meaning from the heart is too real. Where are the practitioners of the Demon Heaven Pavilion? Follow the devil's order. Kill Fang Mo. Where is the Chasing Soul Pavilion? Follow the orders of the Master of the Sheoj. Kill with me. Starfall Academy. The momentum reached its peak. The four major forces, and then mixed with some dog-legged affiliated forces of the four major forces. The cultivators of these forces gathered crazily, with the purpose of beheading Fang Fan. Snatch the treasure. Divine system of the strongest card supplier in the end times, Doomsday strongest card supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 875. Fang Fan at this moment is a big treasury for them. Divine veins, several pieces of imperial artifact, divine soil, conferred god list of unknown purpose. And those weird and unpredictable god cards. One after another, they are excited and impulsive. The opportunity is right in front of them, and they naturally want to seize it firmly. Those treasures on Fang Fan's body, just take out one of them, enough for them to walk away forever. Bustling, isn't it all for profit? Profitable words come first, what can't be done? The reaction of the people is very real and even more practical. Hey, it's a pity, the four major forces have taken action, and Hall Master Fang Fan is probably cold. Speaking of which, I still owe 2 favors to Hall Master Fang Fan. If it weren't for him, I might still be in the 7-star King realm now, but now, I have broken through to the 9-star King realm. I want to go up and help. Brother, if you want to die, go there. If you don't want to die, just stay here safely. Those are the 4 major forces. It goes without saying that the Holy Heavenly Alliance of the Devil's Pavilion is the 7th rank force of the Light Camp and the Dark Camp. Even if it is the Chasing Soul Pavilion, it is still the 1st and 8th rank forces of the Dark Camp. Although Xingluo Academy has declined slightly in the ruins of the gods, the thin and dead camel is bigger than a horse. After all, they are the 1st and 8th rank of the Light Camp. Power, people have background and confidence. What do you have? Hey, although we have accepted the kindness of that Fang Fan's Hall Master, we still don't dare to gamble with our lives. Motion Pavilion can gather tens of thousands of horses, Shentian League can gather tens of thousands of horses, plus Soul Chasing Pavilion can gather 5,000 people, and Xingluo Academy can gather 3,000 or 4,000. Just these 4 forces, plus their affiliated forces, there are almost 30,000 people. There were only 100,000 people who entered the ruins of the gods, plus those who died in battle after entering. The total number is only 70,000 or 80,000. Haha, they just took half of it. And they're all elites. We, who were originally 7-star kings, have all been promoted to 9-star kings, not to mention those of the 4 major forces. They were originally elites. After 2 waves of miracle blessings, they will be even stronger. It's not us able to provoke. If we get to know each other better, we should stay far away. Hey, speaking of Fang Fan's Hall Master, it's also unlucky. Even if it was the 7th rank forces Modiange and Chengtianmen, the peak 9-star king level combat power they have is only 1 or 200, but now they are being controlled by gods. Ji Sifu took care of 2 waves, and the peak 9-star king level combat power steadily increased. There are too many people. A group of melon eaters silently ate a wave of melons, and then retreated to the side. They didn't want to attack Fang Fan, but they didn't dare to help Fang Fan. It takes a lot of courage to fight against the 4 major forces at the same time. Everyone felt that Fang Fan should be getting colder this time, dealing with nearly 30,000 people from the 4 major forces at the same time. Who can stand it? Moreover, he was blessed and cared for twice by the miracle, and the 30,000 people who were promoted twice. Looking at the past at this moment, among the 30,000 people, at least more than 5,000 people have a 10-star king level or above. They are suppressed by the power of rules in the ruins of the gods, but they can at least exert their peak 9-star king level combat power. In the ruins of the gods, the competition is actually the number of peak 9-star king level combat power. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 876. Why was Fang Fan able to ride the dust and hang everything before? Even Starfall Academy gathered thousands of people and was turned over at one time. It's not because Fang Fan's peak 9-star king level combat power was high at that time. But now, this advantage is gone. Fang Fan's subordinates only have more than 100 combat powers, so what if all of them can exert their peak 9-star king level combat power? Is there a difference in the end result? Everyone felt that a defeat was imminent. Qian Hao felt that the blood all over his body was boiling. He is the closest to Fang Fan. He is also the most likely to be the first lucky son to kill Fang Fan and then take away his treasures. Anyway, the restriction that fighting is not allowed around the Tower of Miracles has been removed. He is going to be the prettiest boy on the battlefield. God has closed a window for me and will surely open a window for me. Qian Hao murmured to himself, the light in his eyes flickered. Excited, spontaneously. So exciting. So cool. From the heart, there is a trembling feeling. Qian Hao's attack has arrived. He feels that the peak of his life has come. Grab Fang Fan, and you'll have everything. Divine Vein. Artifact. It's all his. Close. Getting closer. Qian Hao stared at Fang Fan with a puzzled look on his face. This guy is about to be killed. I'm going to die soon, why laugh? Still smiling so happily? Could it be that he knew he was going to die, so he gave up resistance? This thought flashed through Qian Hao's mind, and he felt that it should be like this. Qian Hao took out the dagger from his waist and stabbed Fang Fan directly in the chest. Click. The short sword has not yet reached Fang Fan's heart, and it breaks directly. Qian Hao's eye sockets tightened. What did he see? A pair of blood-colored claws. Nether Ghost Claw. No. Impossible. Prohibition, the prohibition is obviously gone. Qian Hao let out a Hestian roar. This was his final last word. Those bloody ghost claws directly took away his head, turning him into a headless corpse. The scene suddenly became bloody. Qian Hao couldn't figure it out until he died. Why did the ghost claw that disappeared, which he had already practiced, reappear again? Since the ghost claw has not disappeared, why only attacked him before? Instead of attacking Fang Fan? This was Qian Hao's last thought. Of course, Qian Hao, who was completely cold at the moment, must not know the answer. Hey, the feeling of opening and hanging is cool. Fang Fan stretched his waist and glanced at the Tower of Miracles behind him. In the Tower of Miracles, the Spirit of Miracles, who has recognized him as Lord, is controlling all of this at the moment. The so-called prohibition of the Tower of Miracles, isn't it still him who has the final say? Who does he want those ghost claws to attack, and the attack of the ghost claws will come later. This is the bottom line. Qian Hao, senior brother Qian Hao is dead. One word shocked thousands of waves. The practitioners of the four major forces and affiliated forces who were besieging Fang Fan frantically stopped in their tracks. They weren't blind either. They knew exactly what happened just now. The Nether Ghost Claw reappears. Does it mean that the prohibition on the Tower of Miracles has not been lifted? Can't they just start killing at will? Everyone took a deep breath and looked at each other, looking a little scared. At this moment, even if Fang Fan has more treasures, no one dares to rush over directly. After all, if there is no life, what is the use of the treasure? Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 877. You are not ready to attack. Fang Fan strode out and looked at the four major forces with a smile on his face. This feeling is very uncomfortable. It's just the beginning, how come it feels like it's about to end? Hee. Fang Mo, don't be complacent. Around the Tower of Miracles, there are spying from ghost claws. We are not that stupid. If you have the ability, you should leave the control range of the Tower of Miracles. Or, do you dare to attack? Sidujan, the devil son of Motion Pavilion, stood up with a gloomy face. He thought that he would be able to grab the treasure right away, but he didn't expect this to happen in the end, which is really unfortunate enough. Why don't I dare to attack? Is it difficult? Fang Fan held a long sword, one sword at a time, and in a few seconds, he slaughtered more than a dozen cultivators in the Motion Pavilion. Motion Pavilion's devil son Sidujan's face instantly became extremely ugly. What's the situation? Did the ghost claw disappear again? The reason why it appeared just now was just the last struggle. Otherwise, how can you explain that Fang Fan assassinated several Motion Pavilion practitioners one after another, but the Nether Ghost Claw never appeared? Sidujan took a deep breath, his eyes twinkled brightly, looking extremely excited. Brothers! Here's your chance. The ghost claw just now was just a cover. Now it has completely disappeared. Follow me to catch the Fang Ammo. Catch the Fang Ammo alive. Reward the trillions of divine crystals. Situ Zhang clenched his fists tightly, and his eyes showed excitement. With his order, the tens of thousands of horses in Motion Pavilion started a full-scale attack again. Sacred Heaven Alliance practitioners, come with me. Chasing Soul Pavilion. Senior Brother Qianhao is dead, Xingluo Academy will obey my orders from now on. Come with me. Battle. Fight. Fight. The turbulent offensive wave has formed again. Fang Fan, otherwise, let's escape. I'll evacuate from there to help you attract attention. Yun Yun's eyes scanned the surroundings, facing the siege of tens of thousands of practitioners from all major forces. Yun Yun could not see any possibility of escape. What's more, after being blessed by 2 miracles, many of the practitioners of the 4 major forces were directly promoted to the 10-star king level. In the ruins of the gods, the practitioners of the 10-star king realm are equivalent to possessing the highest combat power here. Yun Yun glanced at several legions and pets in the emperor's palace, and shook her head subconsciously. The gap, too big. Hee, no need to flee. Just standing here and watching them perform is pretty good. Fang Fan took out a table from the storage ring, then took out a few benches, put some melons and fruits on it, and lay happily on the chairs eating melons and fruits, admiring the upcoming battle. Yun Yun's breath was stagnant. Why does this guy have such a big heart? The enemy's attack is coming soon. You're old enough, don't you worry. You still look like a fool, how come you are so pretty? A wry smile appeared on Yun Yun's face. Girl Yun Yun, don't worry, this kid will never do anything unsure. According to what this envoy knows about him, this group of people is going to be unlucky. Bai Biao on the side said indifferently, he knew Fang Fan too well. If this sly boy was really in danger, I'm afraid he would have slipped away by himself. Can you be so calm? What is Fang Ammo doing? Why is he lying on the chair? Is this giving up resistance? Divine system of the strongest card supplier in the end times, Doomsday strongest card supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 878. Cultivators of the 4 major forces, look at me, I look at you, with a dazed expression. They really don't understand this operation. Their attack is coming soon, but what about Fang Fan? Not to mention being ready, at the very least, stand up and hold a weapon to make a show. What's the matter with you lying on the chair? Wait for us to attack. Fang Ammo still has self-knowledge. Knowing that it is a mortal situation, he simply does not resist. Not bad. It saves us a wave of energy. The Holy Son of the Holy Heaven Alliance said with a smile on his face, and then he ran towards Fang Fan faster and faster. Now they are all in a race against time. I'm late. Not even chicken feathers. Kill. Catch the magician alive and reward the god crystal with 1,000,000 billion. Kill the magician, reward 10 trillion divine crystals. If you hurt the magician, you will be rewarded with trillions of divine crystals. This is the last shiver. In order to boost morale, the major forces can be said to spare no expense. If Fang Fan is really caught, what is this reward? The attack of the 4 major forces is getting closer. The speed of their attack has gradually accelerated. According to the current situation, it should be coming soon. Yun Yun looked nervous at the moment. Although she heard Bai Biao explain a wave, she felt a little at ease, but facing the lineup of tens of thousands of powerful practitioners, she really couldn't think of Fang Fan's trump card. 30 meters. This distance, just right. You can start. Fang Fan's thoughts moved, and he threw the peach pit in his hand at will. At the same time, whoosh, whoosh, the bloody ghost hand suddenly protruded, passed directly behind Fang Fan, grabbed the practitioners of the 4 major forces, and then, as always, Took off their heads. Nether ghost hand. Damn it. It's this thing again. Isn't it said that there is no more? Who the hell said no? So scary. The head is gone. A lot of ghost claws. Run. This is also attacking a chicken feather. Withdraw, quickly withdraw. The waves of the crowd looked particularly chaotic. Now, it's our turn to harvest. 8 legions obey orders. 6 heroes obey orders. 4 pets obey orders. Follow me, let's have a fun killing. Let these despicable people who try to attack us die without a place to be buried. Let them understand that greed has a price. Fang Fan stood up, his eyes looking extremely sharp. Battle. Fight. Fight. The Lord is invincible. A wave of morale surged, led by Fang Fan, followed by 6 heroes, accompanied by 4 pets. The 8 armies are dispatched. It's a harvest battle. With the assistance of the Ghost Claw, the practitioners of the 4 major forces are afraid, while Fang Fan and the practitioners of the Emperor's Palace can launch an attack with great ease. Impossible. It's impossible. Why won't Fang Mo and the others be attacked by Ghost Claws? These Ghost Claws don't attack them. Only us. As long as we want to attack, we will be directly removed by the Ghost Claw. How can we fight? Run. Stay together, or die sooner or later. Run as far as possible. As long as we escape the control of the Tower of Miracles, we are alive. But Fang Mo still has a lot of treasures. Grass. When are you thinking about treasures? Let's save the dog's life first. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 879. In the face of these ghost claws that suddenly appeared, everyone was really panicked. A slight touch by this ghostly ghost claw is the end of the corpse. Treasures are good, but you have to have your life to get them. It's not impossible to fight for your life, but at least you must see the hope of success. And now it looks like this is so hopeful? Everyone was subconsciously terrified. So terrifying. The Holy Son of the Holy Heaven Alliance, Shang Guantian, glanced unwillingly at Fang Fan, who was standing calmly under the Tower of Miracles, and his eyes were full of jealousy. The fat sheep that got in hand actually flew like this? But now is obviously not a good time for a bloody battle. If you get closer to Fang Fan, the person will die and it will be cold. How can this attack? Instead, it's better to withdraw first. Anyway, I can save a life. Leaving the Green Hills without worrying about no firewood. The people of the Holy Sky Alliance. All evacuate. Shang Guantian roared and gave the order. In fact, even if he didn't issue an order at this moment, the Holy Sky Alliance would have already run away without a trace. There are very few who are not afraid of death. 1. Young Pavilion Master. Let's withdraw. The people of the Holy Heaven Alliance have all run away, and the brothers have suffered heavy losses. The people of Chasing Soul Pavilion crowded around the Master of the Ancient Forest, with a look of fear on their faces. The current situation has made them completely feel a vigorous killing intent. A little careless, they are very likely to be cold directly. No way. Fang Mo. Fang Mo is right in front of us. As long as we take one step forward, all the treasures are mine. I'm not reconciled. I'm really not reconciled. Gulin, the young pavilion master of Chasing Soul Pavilion, showed endless jealousy in his eyes. Now that Base Han is ahead, let him evacuate. It's worse than killing him. Idiot. A screeching sound came, and the master of Chasing Soul Pavilion's face changed. Immediately, he was about to burst into anger, but after seeing the figure of the one who spoke just now, he silently closed his mouth. Sidhu Jean Demon Son. Gulin, the young pavilion master of Chasing Soul Pavilion, took a deep breath and endured it secretly. If it was someone else, he would definitely be slapped if he couldn't help but go up. But the status of the person in front of him is higher than him, he doesn't dare to do anything casually. Bring your people. Withdraw. It's weird. Our dark camp must preserve our vitality. We can't waste our combat power here in vain. After leaving the control of the Tower of Miracles, there is still hope for everything. Sidhu Jean, the devil son of Motion Pavilion, glanced at the headless corpses all over the floor, and then saw Fang Fan who was slaughtering indifferently. Suddenly he was extremely surprised. It is indeed a magician. This method is both cruel and helpless. Gulin, the young pavilion master of Chasing Soul Pavilion, changed his face several times. According to his intention, he did not want to escape. He was completely a gambler and wanted to gamble. There are tens of thousands of them here anyway. And Fang Fan has only 100 combat power by his side. But if the Motion Pavilion and the Holy Sky Alliance have withdrawn, relying on their soul-chasing pavilion, the loss would be too great. After thinking about it several times, Gulin, the young pavilion master of Chasing Soul Pavilion, finally sighed. Get out. There was a hint of dissatisfaction in his tone. Haha, I want to withdraw now, have you asked me what I mean? People from the 4 major forces, now dare to flee and kill directly. Fang Fan said coldly, looking majestic. Come when you want, leave when you want, do you really think I am your home? Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 880. What? Fang Mo, you're crazy. Who do you think you are? Arrogant. How arrogant? If it weren't for the Ghost Claw, you would already be dead. That's right, even if we withdraw. What can you do? With so many of us, can you kill us? Brothers, don't listen to Fang Mo's tricks. Follow my orders and be ready to evacuate at any time. Withdraw. 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 The practitioners of the 4 major forces abandoned Fang Fan's words, and immediately began a frantic journey of escape. Brother, hurry up. The ghost claws are so terrifying. Hoo, it's important to save your life, if you don't withdraw, it will be too late. That's not right, what are we running? Palace Master Fang Fan seems to be targeting the practitioners of the 4 major forces. We have never had a grudge with Palace Master Fang Fan, he won't even kill us. He, how do you think it's so simple? You really want to kill Hare, who cares who you are? I'll kill you immediately. Stop the ink. Do you want to save your life? Escape from this ghost place is the safest. Otherwise, you will be at the mercy of others. This is destined to be a wave of escape. At this moment, not only the 4 major forces, but also the cultivators with those ordinary forces also fled frantically. Because of the fear of ghost claws, because of the fear of the unknown. I said, everyone stop. I only target people from the 4 major forces. But if the cultivators of the ordinary forces take advantage of this opportunity to fish in troubled waters and flee wildly, then don't blame me for being ruthless. Fang Fan soared into the air and glanced at the fleeing crowd. Fang Fan, who can control the ghost claw of the ghost, has the capital to say this at this moment. If you really want to do it, then let's fight to the end. Hey, Hall Master Fang Fan is so terrifying. He must have obtained some special authority in the Tower of Miracles, and then he can control these ghost claws. Isn't that killing whoever he wants? Palace Master Fang Fan told us to stop, wouldn't he want to get together and slaughter? Maid, what should I do if I panic? Who will save me? Take it easy. Take it easy. Running away is also death, isn't it also death if you don't run away? Actually, let me be fair. It seems that Hall Master Fang Fan never took the initiative to trouble us. His words should be very credible. What do you mean by that? Are you going to stop? That's Fang Mo. Hee, are you stupid? What kind of magic? It's just that the four major forces added it to make the teacher famous. How dare you believe it? You are also a fool. Grass. If you have the ability, you stay here. Fang Fan's shouts sounded, in fact, more than half of the ordinary power cultivators wanted to stop. In the face of those ethereal ghost claws, they are also very panic. Also afraid of death. And according to Fang Fan's meaning, as long as they are not practitioners of the four major forces, it seems that they will not be held accountable. Then why are they running so hard? The people of the four major forces saw that more and more ordinary force practitioners stopped, and suddenly panicked. Originally, they could choose to fish in troubled waters. As long as they ran faster than these ordinary cultivators, they could escape. In other words, these ordinary power cultivators are their natural shields, but now it seems that there is something wrong with this shield.